Billie Eilish? Why, Billie Stupidish. I've hated Bibblie Eyelash ever since So Should I came out. They call that singing. If I wanted to have Jacksepticeye, lookin-ass, fangirl, whisper, overproduced, say some motherfucking thing to my ears, I go to furry-con. The publicity starts to make the mindset of too much for me. If I hear one more thing about Bible Rehash, I'm gonna have a gamer moment. Anyway, I was walking down the street one day when I saw what I could only assume to be a Brittle Mishmash cosplayer walking the opposite direction towards me. She had bright green hair, the same dumbass 2013 scene kid clothes on. She even looked eerily similar to Bramble Codstash herself. I was trying so hard to just walk past. I immediately broke out in a cold sweat trying to hold myself back. But in the end, I lost. I asked the girl as she walked past, "Why would you cosplay such a shitty artist?" She stopped and stood in place, not even looking at me directly. That moment, I was pushed in the face with a sex train. I was on the ground with the wind knocked out of me. And the girl just walked away. I had no idea what happened. The girl didn't seem to move a muscle. And there was nobody around. In fear, I ran away to home. I ran away to go home. The next day, I was walking down the same street. I had a black eye and I tried to cover it with makeup, and it was still sore. To my complete astonishment, the exact same girl was walking down the street as well. A perfect copy of yesterday's incident. This time, I saw her glance at me briefly while walking. I needed to figure out what happened last time, so I prepared myself and approached her. My eyes focused on her completely. I was walking closer and closer as she began to step me down as well. I tried to pull a menacing pose to invoke fear in her, but she met me with the same. As I got closer and closer, I started to see something unbelievable. The form of a floating person behind her. It was only a greenish outline, but I could see it clearly. I was terrified and confused, but I held strong in my approach. The closer I got, the more the figure became clear. It was Brittle Mishmash behind her. I could not mistake that blank look on her face, the odd grandma clothing, and the bright green attention-seeking Instagram influencer hair. I couldn't stop now. This is what my life was leading up to. I knew it was. I got closer and closer until we were within arm's reach. At that moment, the triple no cash hovering behind the girl quickly entered a fighting stance and threw a punch directly towards my face again. I closed my eyes and prepared for impact, but the punch never made contact. I opened my eyes and saw a hand extended from behind me. The girl was shocked, and People Hot Flash was visibly confused as well. I looked behind me to see what had saved me from sudden death. I froze in complete shock. It was none other than Macaulay Culkin himself. He was holding on to Chili Potato's fist, with no evidence of struggle at all, and told the girl, "Violence is bad, alrighty." Jimbo DoorDash tried to pull her hand from the almighty clench of Macaulay Culkin's grip, but failed completely. His hand didn't budge in the slightest. It was like an immovable object. He held on for a few more seconds, staring directly at the girl, before he let go, and the girl quickly ran away. I stood there in astonishment for a moment, then turned around to thank Macaulay, but he wasn't there. I haven't seen the girl since, and I haven't seen Macaulay either, but I could say without a doubt he saved my life that day. It's become a tradition at my home to watch Home Alone every Christmas, and if I ever marry and have kids, they will join me and carry the tradition on. Thank you, Macaulay Culkin.